In the heart of every Southern kitchen, there's a story simmering alongside the pots of greens and skillets of golden fried chicken. It's a tale of resilience, of making something beautiful out of what little you have. Today, we're going to explore how to keep that story alive, even when our wallets are feeling a little light. Picture this: a warm Sunday afternoon, the kind where the sun seems to hang lazily in the sky, casting long shadows across worn linoleum floors. The air is thick with the aroma of spices and love, a scent that's been passed down through generations. This, my friends, is the essence of soul food. Now I know what you're thinking. Soul food? In this economy? But hear me out. Our ancestors didn't create these dishes because they had much. They created them because they had heart. And that's something we've all got in spades. Let's start with the cornerstone of any soul food spread: fried chicken. That crispy, juicy, perfectly seasoned bird that seems to hug your taste buds with every bite. Now, traditionally, we might use a whole chicken, but times are tough. So let's get creative. Chicken thighs are your new best friend. They're cheaper, they're fattier, which means more flavor, and they cook up just as beautifully as any other part. Here's a little secret. Brine those thighs in a mixture of salt water and a splash of hot sauce. It doesn't have to be the fancy stuff. Whatever's in your fridge will do. This little step will ensure your chicken stays moist, even if you accidentally leave it in the oil a minute too long while you're dancing to Al Green in the kitchen. Don't worry, we've all been there. Speaking of oil, let's talk about that for a second. Peanut oil is traditional, but it can be pricey. Vegetable oil will do just fine. And here's another tip. After you're done frying, let that oil cool, strain it, and save it for next time. Your grandma would be proud. Now, on to the breading. All-purpose flour, some paprika, garlic powder, and whatever other spices you've got hiding in the back of your cabinet. Mix it all up in a paper bag, toss in your chicken, and shake it like you're trying to win a dance contest. This method not only coats the chicken perfectly, but it's also how our grandmothers did it, saving on dishes and adding a little fun to the cooking process. As that chicken's frying up, let's turn our attention to the greens. Collards are the classic choice, but you know what? Any hearty green will do. Kale, mustard greens, even good old cabbage. They all have a place at the soul food table. The key is in how you cook them. Start with some onions and garlic sautéed in a bit of oil, or better yet, the grease from some bacon ends, which are much cheaper than full slices. Then add your greens and a bit of broth. No broth? No problem. Water and a bouillon cube will do just fine. Let those greens simmer low and slow, just like the tempo of a Sam Cooke ballad. Now, I know some folks like to add a ham hock or smoked turkey to their greens, and if you can swing it, by all means do. But if not, don't you worry. A teaspoon of liquid smoke will give you that deep, smoky flavor without breaking the bank. While your greens are cooking down, let's talk cornbread. This golden, crumbly slice of heaven is non-negotiable in a soul food spread. But here's the thing. You don't need a special mix or fancy ingredients. Cornmeal, a bit of flour, baking powder, salt, an egg, and some milk. That's it. If you've got buttermilk, use that instead of regular milk. It'll give your cornbread a nice tang. No buttermilk? Add a splash of vinegar to your regular milk and let it sit for a few minutes. Voila, homemade buttermilk. Here's where we get controversial. Sugar and cornbread. Some folks swear by it. Others say it's sacrilege. I say, do what makes your soul happy. If you like it sweet, add a spoonful of sugar. If not, leave it out. Either way, pour that batter into a hot greased skillet. Cast iron if you've got it, but any oven-safe pan will do. And let it bake until it's golden brown on top. Now, as all this is coming together, take a moment to breathe it all in. Close your eyes and let the aromas transport you. Maybe you're back in your grandmother's kitchen, watching her hands move with the confidence of someone who's cooked these dishes 1,000 times. Or maybe you're creating new memories, ones that your own grandchildren will cherish someday. This, right here, is the true essence of soul food. It's not about fancy ingredients or complicated techniques. It's about taking what you have and transforming it into something that nourishes not just the body, but the spirit. As you sit down to this meal, the crispy chicken, the tender greens, the warm cornbread, remember that you're not just eating dinner. You're participating in a legacy of love, of resilience, of making something beautiful out of whatever life gives you. So go ahead, take a bite. Let the flavors wash over you. Feel the warmth of generations of Black cooks who came before, who took scraps and turned them into feasts, who found ways to celebrate life, even in the hardest of times. And as you're enjoying this meal, think about how you might pass this legacy on. Maybe you'll invite a friend over to teach them how to fry chicken, or you'll write down your greens recipe for your kids. Or maybe you'll just sit and tell stories over a piece of cornbread, keeping the oral tradition alive. Because that's what soul food is really about. It's about connection. To our past, to each other, to the very essence of what it means to be human. It's about finding joy in the simple things, about creating abundance even when the cupboards seem bare. So the next time you're feeling low or your wallet's feeling light, remember this. You don't need much to create a feast for the soul. All you need is a little creativity, a lot of love, and the willingness to let your spirit guide you in the kitchen. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a date with a plate of chicken, some greens, and a slice of cornbread. And somewhere, I like to think, my ancestors are smiling,